Sith Empire is ascendant and on the move, and the Republic is blind to the threat coming from across an ocean of stars. Naga Sadow is readying his Sith war machine with Gav Daragon by his side, a tool that has been honed by Sadow for his future use. His sister Jori is trying in vain to warn anyone she can about the dangers that await the Republic, but her warnings fall on deaf ears. Today, we will review The Fall of the Sith Empire Issue 2, subtitled Forces in Collision. As usual, we start with a text crawl. During the chaos of a civil war in the Sith Empire, Republic captive Jori Daragon sees a chance to steal her ship, Starbreaker 12, and flee the stronghold of Naga Sadow, the Dark Lord of the Sith. Only the navicomputer on Starbreaker 12 holds the coordinates for her to get to home, to safety, even if it means she must leave her beloved brother Gav behind in Sadow's clutches. What Jori doesn't know, however, is that Naga Sadow has himself engineered the crisis so that she will rush back to the rich star systems of the fabled Republic. With a tracking device hidden on her ship, he can lead the military might of the Sith Empire on a sweeping conquest. Sadow has intentionally kept Gav, training the young man as his protege. When the ship of Sadow's defeated rival Ludo Kresh appears over the fortress world, broadcasting a message and demanding to be heard, the Dark Lord of the Sith tricks Gav into firing a preemptive strike that blows Ludo's ship out of the skies. Now, no one will challenge Sadow's ambitions, and the way is clear for him to take the Republic as his own. Meanwhile, Jori survives the rigorous flight across the galaxy, arriving back at Koros Major, capital of Empress Teta's newly unified Seven Worlds. She bears her message of grave import, broadcasting an emergency on all channels. But Jori stumbles headlong into her own tarnished reputation. She and Gav have left under bad circumstances, skipping out on large debts and obligations, fleeing the law. No one will listen to Jori or her urgent warning. She has cried wolf too many times in the past. Instead, under the weight of numerous warrants for her arrest, Jori is taken into custody, her ship impounded. As her accounts of the legendary Sith Empire fall on deaf ears, Jori is dragged off to trial. The story opens on the trial of Jori Daragon, who stands accused of a full host of different charges. She does her best to warn the judge that her brother Gav is being held by the Sith Empire and that the Sith are preparing to invade the Republic, but they dismiss her claims as fanciful fairy tales intended to distract from her crimes. She is swiftly found guilty and sentenced to hard labor on the colony world of Ronica. The Starbreaker 12 is granted to Cahor as reparation for the damages caused by the Daragons. Meanwhile, on the planet Chihados within Sith space, Naga Sadow and Gav Daragon are overseeing the mobilization of the Sith Lord Shar Darkon's forces. Sadow is impressed by the great show of force and announces to Gav that the Sith have been starved for centuries and are hungry for fresh land, fresh resources, and fresh blood. Gav is disturbed by Sadow's mention of blood, another sign that he might not be as convinced of the Sith ways as he appears. Sadow attempts to allay his concern by writing it off as a mere figure of speech. Gav is not fully convinced. Sadow continues to gather his forces from across the Sith Empire to the staging area above Kar Shien. Gathered together, his forces make one of the largest military groups ever assembled up to this point in galactic history, and includes warships, behemoths, war rhinos, and countless warriors. At the center of his war machine is a Sith meditation sphere, which will be the focal point of his command. On Ronica, a hot and rocky prison world, Jori serves her sentence and waits for her chance to make her move. The opportunity arrives, and she takes it. She feigns an injury from a stinger moth and is sent for medical attention. She uses a distraction to steal an ore shuttle and head to Koros Major, knowing that her only hope to stop the invasion is to tell Empress Teta. Unfortunately, upon arriving on Koros Major, her shuttle is shot down by a security ship. She escapes the crashing ship and lands on the streets of Senegar. Jori manages to sneak into Empress Teta's palace and gains an audience with Teta herself. She quickly recounts the coming Sith Empire. Odin confirms the similarities between her story and the vision he received. Teta begins rallying her forces that she's been mobilizing. War is coming to the Republic. High above Kar Shien, Naga Sadow appoints Gav as the commander of his initial invasion force, which will attack the Empress Teta system. He continues to instruct him in the Sith arts as his invasion fleet enters hyperspace, bound for Empress Teta. This story mainly serves as a bridge arc, connecting the opening segment to the actual meeting of these two galactic forces. There's not much that actually happens in this issue, and to be completely honest, it could have been combined with the previous issue and made into a really solid story to reintroduce the reader to the world. It's a story primarily about readying for war, much as the previous issue was about readying for war. It seems at this point that we're only spinning our wheels, filling time, until we can get to the war we know is coming. Considering there are only 3 issues remaining and a full-scale galactic war is in front of us, we probably could have had only one preparation issue and 4 issues concerning the war. Still, despite this, we do get some good moments, like Jori's time on the Labor Planet or the mobilization of Sadow's fleet and the foreign beasts created by Sith alchemy. We once again get more evidence of Gav's reluctance to be a weapon that he's been forged into. The opening stages of conflict will begin in the next issue, First Encounter. Empress Teta now knows who her foe will be and is preparing. But will it be enough to oppose the combined might of the Sith Empire? We'll begin to find out next time. Thanks for watching.